Hi, I'm Dr. Divina Lopez, a board-certified pediatrician with over 10 years of experience in pediatrics, and you are listening to Dancing into Parenthood.
Hello. This is Dr. Divina Lopez. Welcome back to Dancing into Parenthood. Today we have the lovely Bonnie Barrios, and she has spent 10 years organizing people's homes, their lives, and helping them get rid of clutter. As the go-to gal behind Be Organized, Be Inspired, she is one of New York City's most sought-after organizational experts. With passion and drive, she helps, inspires, and empowers people to live their most authentic lives. With a BA in both psychology and theater, she quickly understands her clients and gets to the heart of the matter. She then creatively provides functional and aesthetically satisfying solutions to any organizing needs. Bonnie has been featured in NBC Weekend Today, Mom Talk Radio, El Diario La Prensa, Military Spouse Magazine, and the websites Mama Latinas and Barista Kids Montclair, where she's helped countless parents organize both themselves and their children. And she's also helped me on an Instagram Live and so many others. But Bonnie's can-do attitude is contagious, motivating you to make the choices that will change your life. And her mantra is release, release, release to let in the new. I love that. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for being here with me, because I was begging her to do this. I know how much parents need her. This is all about like organizing your nursery. And I know for myself how quickly it can become a little crazy because you're tired, you're doing a million things. And it's nice when you can have things really organized to make your life a little better or a whole lot better. Because then the flow is just nicer. And so you feel more comfortable. And, it's another tool to help you be the best that you can be for your baby. So thank you so much, Bonnie, for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here with you. It's a pleasure, and I love babies, and I love being a mom, and I love working with my mom clients. So when you asked me to put together something and talk about organizing a nursery, I was like, yay, I've always wanted to do this. I love it. I love it.
Good.
Like you said, I'm going to put on my glasses.
Yes, go ahead.
It could be very overwhelming, especially if it's the first time. If it's your first time having a baby, you go into, well, Babies R Us is not open anymore, right?
Right.
I know that with my first baby, I would run to Babies R Us, and I would run to Bye Bye Baby, and then there were all these little boutique stores in the Upper West Side, and I was like, what do I get? Like, what do
I really need? What do I really need? Because you spend your money on everything.
And, and that's the reality. The reality is that when it's our first baby, we want everything. We want it to be perfect, and we want it to be the best, and we want it to be safe. And then we go into our nesting period, and we drive our husbands crazy.
Yeah, it's true. And one thing that I always tell parents, because, as the mom, just like you said, we want everything to be perfect. And especially with the first baby, we just splurge like crazy because we want everything, and we want to make sure that everything is great for them. But I always tell them, like, be careful what you spend your money on, because number one, it is a big business. This is a huge business because people know how vulnerable parents are. And, you can easily spend loads of money on things that you don't need. And then I'm like, can't you use that somewhere else, like for a college fund instead? Because these things they're temporary. You're going to use it for such a short period of time. And so, you want to make sure that you're investing your money in a really good way. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for giving us
Yeah.
all these goodies that you're going to tell all the
Yeah,
parents about.
yeah, because and I think we're also emotionally buying,
Yeah.
and the whole psychology about it is like, we're emotionally buying. We're buying because we're buying a dream. Like if you're a mom, it's something that you've always wanted to be, and now you're going to become a mom, and so we're emotionally buying. So what we're going to do together is we're going to teach all of our new parents that are expecting how to shop smarter. So what I decided, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the 10 essential items that you should definitely get. And then we're going to talk a little bit, not a little bit, but we're going to talk about the organization part of it.
Okay, perfect.
So we're going to start with the 10 essential items. The number one item obviously is a crib.
Yes.
Or a bassinet, or a co-sleeper, or two of the three, right? Like a crib, and then either a bassinet or a co-sleeper.
Right.
I figured that it would be more in your playground to speak about the co-sleeper if you wanted to speak about that. I know that it's really great if you're planning on breastfeeding.
Yeah, makes your life a lot easier.
The whole, contact with the baby, the first couple of weeks, and also if, you're sore, depending if it's natural or a C-section.
Right.
I've been through both, so I know what both feels like. And I know that, it's also keeping the comfort of the mother, right? Like what's going to be the most comfort. So let's talk about the crib first. So the crib is very essential, right? And you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, but you do want to look into a really good crib.
Yes.
And you want to look for cribs that have like the slats that are appropriate for the babies. And you don't want it to be covered, because if you put a baby monitor, you want to be able to see through the crib and not have to get up from your room to go check to see on the baby. So
that's a really good point. Yes.
That's something that you really need to have in mind. And I think that at the end of this podcast, we could put a list of products that we recommend that are good, that meets the safety requirements for the babies. Because back in the day, we used to use bumpers for the cribs.
Yes.
And that's not
recommended
anymore.
No,
because
the one thing I can tell you though, for the slats, all you need to do is bring like a can with you to the store. It shouldn't be wider than that. So that's an easy way to measure if you don't have anything else to do it with. Yeah, we just we recommend that it's actually, you cannot fit a can through. And when it comes to bumpers, I know sometimes they look really pretty and everybody's tempted to get these beautiful comforter sets, but it's really a no-no. I know they have like the angel one now, which is it's almost like a netting kind of fabric. With some people, it's not as aesthetically pleasing, but for some people, they still want to put something that would be okay, but not the regular thick bumper that you would put around the crib.
Yeah. And so then, so invest in a good crib, like you said, and we'll give you some recommendations, one or two cribs that we highly recommend, and then either go for a bassinet and a co-sleeper. I think you should get either one, depending. I know I had a bassinet for both of my daughters, and it just makes it so much easier because you could have it next to you. You're feeding every 3 to 4 hours, whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, and you don't want to get up from your bed and go up to the crib, and they're so tiny and little. It's like you just put them there, and I think you leave them there approximately 2 to 3 months, no more than 3 months in the bassinet.
Transition them.
So even if you don't get your crib right away, as long as you have the bassinet, you're good to go. And usually they sell these really cute bassinets that you can move around the house. So you could like move them to different areas of your home, and that way you're not just trapped in your bedroom.
Yeah. They're so convenient now.
Oh my God. Okay. Item number 2, mattress. This is a very big one. I know my husband did a lot of research. He's the researcher. I left it up to him. I went with organic. I know California has a lot of rules when it comes to that. So it's like, I feel like a good guideline, but you do want to invest in a good mattress, because they're going to be in their cribs for a majority part of the time, and they're going to grow up, right? They're going to grow in it. So from infant to like toddler age, right? Like maybe two-ish, and then like maybe by 3 you transfer them out. Or the cribs convert into a toddler bed. So you're still using the toddler mattress. So I would definitely invest in a good mattress, whether it's organic or hyperallergenic. I think that those are the two that you should go for.
One thing, can I add something to that?
Yes.
For the mattress, we do recommend that it's a firm mattress. And also one other thing that I would suggest doing, because just like you said, the hypoallergenic, you can get the cover for the mattress. And that's so important anyway, because, you know, if the baby has an accident and it comes out of the diaper or anything like that, makes things really simple for you to just like switch it out and put something else on. I know some people put like the pads and everything underneath. That makes it a little bulky. But when you do like the mattress cover, it's a nice difference. Like you can, there are different ones that you can buy, but there are ones which are like so seamless, like you don't even notice that it's on the mattress. So for me, I had one that I think I had like 2 or 3 that I constantly just cleaned them. They were really simple. You could throw them into the washing machine, put them right back on the mattress, and that was like a lifesaver. But a mattress is actually something that you want to make a good investment in.
Yeah, totally.
Because you're using it for a while.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. And then to piggyback on the cover, I also had a waterproof mattress cover for the crib.
That's right.
And if you wanted to get one for your bed, because if the baby is going to be on the bed and they spit up or they have a little bit of an accident, then it doesn't ruin your mattress. So these are definitely items that you need. The other big thing that you need that I don't know why I didn't get it through my first pregnancy, but then I was like, oh my God, it's a nursing chair.
Yes, that was my favorite, to just be on that thing and rock with my baby and feed him.
Yes. So I feel that the nursing chair, it's also going to be a little bit of an investment in the nursing chair. So my suggestion is that don't go totally for like a baby nursing chair. Maybe go like a lazy boy or something that could be a little bit more versatile. So once you don't need it in the nursery or in the room that you're going to have the baby, it could transfer out to another room in your home, right? So maybe you could go into the living room, or you could go into the playroom, or if it's a lazy boy, maybe you could go into the man cave. But make a smart purchase. Buy something that's going to be a little bit more versatile. And along with the nursing chair, make sure that it has like a little ottoman or a footstand, because don't you realize that you need that? Like if you're sitting down, you need to keep your legs up to keep the baby.
Yeah, it makes it more comfortable. Yeah.
And for your back, especially for your back, because it just kills you. So along with that, you definitely need a Boppy pillow for the baby. And the Boppy pillow, again, it's something that grows with the baby, because you use it at first around your waist. You put the baby there, you breastfeed or you bottle feed, and then and then as they start getting a little bit older and stronger, you could use it for tummy time.
Support them.
Or you sit them. I remember that I used to put it on the sofa, and I used to sit them in the middle. And then like they kind of sit up. They look so cute with the Boppy pillows. Okay, item number 5, a dresser. You don't need to spend money on a changing table. I bought a dresser. I had a dresser for both of the babies. I mean, make sure when you go shopping for the dresser that it hits you kind of like a little bit lower than your waist, like your hip area. So like you're working on a counter. And then you just buy the changing pad. The changing pad, like the mattress. I totally went organic with that. You know, you're going to use it so much. You take them out of the bath, you change them on the changing pad. You're constantly changing their diaper. Or if it's like they sell like the Serta, the like posturepedic Serta changing pads. Because that's nice and firm, and it has like the little dents. And then, then you get the cover for the changing pad, and that could also be like organic cotton if you want, or like the nice muslin, like the soft cotton for that. But the dresser, The dresser is such a big piece because then we go into the whole organization part of it. I mean, I recommend like as big as it can fit into the room that you're going to have the baby in. If you can have 6 drawers, that's great, because
Okay.
these little human beings are tiny, but
They
you
require
need
a lot
a
of stuff.
lot of clothes. Like you need onesies and undershirts and pajamas and
Yeah.
pants and dresses and all this stuff. So if you buy a tiny one, like
Yeah,
a
doesn't all
changing
fit.
table, they're going to outgrow that right away.
Yes.
So they're going to grow into this. Like they'll keep it. My oldest daughter had her dresser up until she was like 12, and then we bought
Yeah.
her a new one.
Yeah.
So that's a good investment.
Yeah, I think, for I barely went to the baby stores to buy my son stuff. I did the same exact thing, but I went to like Home Goods and stuff like that, and I found things that I thought we could use for like years.
Yeah.
Things that he could really like grow into and use as a toddler and even as a young boy, because I knew how expensive furniture was, and I was like, we are not gonna like buy something every year, every 2 years. It's impossible. Like,
Right.
so
And then,
we did the
they
same
hike up
exact
the
thing.
prices because it's baby stuff,
Yeah.
and you could get this a really beautiful dresser, like you said, at Home Goods or
Mm-hmm.
TJ Maxx. I
Yeah.
know that one of them I had bought on JCPenney online. They have like a really awesome online furniture department, and that
Yeah.
dresser lasts me 12 years.
Wow.
So just make a wise investment, a
Yes.
wise purchase when it comes to the
Mhm.
dresser, because you will be using it a lot.
Mhm.
Try to get drawers that are deep enough that you could
Mhm.
store clothes, like not super duper deep, but not so shallow, because then
Right.
you're going to be in the position where you're going to need more storage at that
Right.
point.
Yes.
Um, Another essential, a humidifier. You could
Mhm.
attest to that, right?
Oh,
And you
yes.
can talk, yes, talk a little bit more about the humidifier and how important it is to have it.
Yes. And you want one that has a cool mist setting, because some of them have both warm and cool, but it's the cool mist that we recommend for when the babies have like stuffy noses and colds and coughs. And so a lot of people think like, oh, well, when I was a kid, I think my mom always used warm, and I know, I remember those hot, sweaty rooms, but what we recommend is the cool mist, and it's great to have, especially if you have heating in your home which doesn't have like a humidifier on it, because it gets very dry. So you sometimes you use them like all year round, believe it or not. And the other thing is that those filters on humidifiers need to be changed. People forget to do that, and they get like really gross and moldy. So make sure that you clean your humidifier and that you change the filters on them.
So I have a question for you. I like to use a lot of natural essential oils. Can we use a little bit of the essential
Yes.
oil for the babies? Okay.
Yeah, even like the lavender, I love the lavender for them. Or if they are having like a little bit of the congestion and stuff, a little bit eucalyptus, that's fine to do. Mhm.
Awesome. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's a really good one. The next item, the baby monitor that I spoke about a little bit earlier before. I think the baby monitor is essential. And nowadays they're so fancy, right? Like so
Yeah, yeah.
high tech. You could see everything and hear everything. I think that that's also another product that you should make a wise investment, because I think it's going to give you a lot of peace of mind, especially if you live in a house that has 2 floors, 2 levels. And if the baby's upstairs and they're taking a nap, you want to be able to monitor. I mean, the
Yes.
Dr. Divina
Oh,
should know a lot about that.
yes.
Um,
One
I
thing, one thing, Bonnie, with these baby monitors, they're great because a lot of times they have the temperature in there and everything. There are baby monitors now where they can they're called like the angel monitors and stuff like that, where they check to see whether the baby's breathing and oxygen level and all of the other stuff. And parents always ask me about these because they are pretty pricey, but everyone thinks that they need it. In my opinion, I think that drives people nuts, because it's basically like living in an ICU. They come off really easily, and then it starts beeping all the time. And it's not something that I recommend for people to make an investment in, because babies are usually fine, and we don't need to put all these extra things. We do it on preemies, that's different, you know, that's a whole nother situation. And those babies stay in the hospital for a certain amount of time so that we can monitor them and make sure that they can regulate their oxygen levels and breathe correctly. And, you know, all of that stuff is monitored before baby goes home. So I don't feel like anyone should need or feel the need to have like these items, like if we're in a hospital setting, because that's not the case usually. I mean, unless your baby, you know, needs those special things, then usually your doctor will already set up for you to have like nursing that comes into the home to do that. But it's not something that I would recommend for parents to have at home. Like I said, they come off really easily, they ring constantly, and it will drive you nuts when there's nothing wrong to, you know, there's nothing to be worried about, but it'll make you feel worried all the time because you hear all these little bells going off all the time and you're thinking the baby's not breathing or the oxygen level's not right. And that's not the case. So just stick to the regular baby monitor. Yes, they have the ones that are just audio, and then they have the ones with the videos. I love the video one because, you know, you can actually see what's going on, and they have all these really nice cameras right now where you can actually have really good vision. Before it was like kind of crappy. Now they're really clear, and you even have night vision on them. So, you know, opt for a good one, but you don't need all the oxygen and respiratory rate and all of that stuff. Leave that for the hospital.
Awesome. And then I have here a white noise machine. I think that the white noise machine, I know that for my second one, it helped me a lot. Like if it was pitch silence, she would wake up right away. Like she needed that
Background
sound.
noise.
Yeah, that background noise. And I think it's also very soothing for them because it's like if they're still in the belly. So what do you think? Do you agree with me? Like they should
love that. I love the white noise machine. I even love it for myself. I think, you know, it is super soothing. Yeah, it really mimics the environment of the womb. And so, you know, you want to, especially like the first few weeks, you want to be able to swaddle your baby and have the white noise because it really helps them in the transitioning to their new environment.
Oh, how cute. I can't wait. I wish I had a little baby. And then my last item on the list is blackout curtains.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes, those blackout curtains, especially for their naps, right? Because in the summertime, and now that we're going into summer, it gets dark late and it's 8 o'clock and the sun is still out and you're like, oh my God, I need to get this kid to sleep. So investing in a good blackout curtains. I mean, there's so many different price ranges. I know that if you go to West Elm, those blackout curtains are like $100 and something a panel. But I've been to Marshall's, they have them there. Target has them. I've used them. They're good. You know,
I got mine at Home Goods.
Yes.
Yeah, everything at Home Goods.
I feel like it's being creative. You know, when I go to a client's house and we're getting to organize and we're starting a project, I'm like, okay, what do you want to splurge on? And what are we going to not splurge on, right? So maybe the new piece of furniture that they really need. And I'm like, okay, let's just go all for it. And then, you know, we do the shopping at like HomeSense or Marshalls or Target or Amazon. And so that's my recommendation for my parents here. So like I said before, these little tiny human beings come with a lot of stuff. So now that we have a list of all of the essentials, we're going to talk a little bit about organizing. And you see these little bins. So I was very creative myself and I went through all my house to find these products to show you because we can't go out shopping, but I had these from when I had my second daughter, and I got these at IKEA. You could buy, you could get them at the Container Store, you could get them at Marshall's, you could get them on Amazon. They come in different sizes, but these are great because these you stick in the drawers and then you, here, you see, I have 2 of these. So you could do one for like little socks. You could do one for onesies because, you know, we're talking about newborn. So you could do the onesies or you could do the socks or you could do like the burping cloths or like the little washcloths. talking about babies is so much information. Like we could get into a list of like other stuff that they need when they come home from the hospital, but for today's purpose, I could come back and talk about more stuff. We're going to talk about organizing, but washcloths or little socks or little onesies or the little bibs for when they're teething or their teething toys. So I highly recommend these. I think these are a must for Organization 101.
Yes,
for
I
kids.
love those. Yep.
I'm totally into bins. Like I got these, believe it or not, at the dollar store. These were
Really?
$1. Yes.
Wow.
These were
Oh
$1.
my goodness.
So this is what I do when I go out and I go to like the dollar store or Target and I see these things, I just buy them.
Buy them because you know you're going to use it.
Yeah, and then either I use them or bring them to clients' homes, and just I'll be like, I bought it for $1. But this one, obviously, it's deeper, so I wouldn't put it in a drawer. I would put it in a closet shelf or on top of the dresser, right? Because what's going to happen is that you're going to have the changing pad on one side, and then you're going to have this area right here that you're going to have to keep diapers, the A&D ointment, the little washcloth. I know that my pediatrician at the beginning said, don't use the wipes. Just use the washcloths with warm water, clean them like that. Especially I think like the first week or so, they do like the first poopy that's called meconium.
The meconium thick poop, And so it's very irritating for a baby to have all of those, chemicals and soaps and everything constantly on them. So we usually say you can either use like a nice cotton cloth. That's what I did because I was able to just reuse them too.
Yeah.
They're super soft. I got like these organic ones. I just rolled them up. Same thing, just like I had that same exact bin, I think. And the good thing about this is that if you do have like different levels at home, it's like a caddy. So you can bring it with you if you're downstairs and you have another little changing thing downstairs. And it makes it so convenient. Even at nighttime, if you bring the baby into your room, you can just bring that in also. So you don't have to like be going back and forth during the night.
Right. So you're going to need something to hold all of the products that you're going to use for changing time or after bath time right on the changing table right next to you. So it could be something like this, or I think like the one for the drawer that I showed, it's a little bit too small. You're going to need something a little bit bigger, but I printed some stuff. I also really, really like this idea. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but you see it's like a Lazy Susan, and it's clear. So it actually rotates. Yeah. And then you could put all the little products that you use for the baby there. And they sell these at the Container Store, and you could get them in different sizes. So you could buy like a large one. I would do the clear acrylic, and then it has all these compartments. And then in one compartment, you could do the little diapers. You could do like the washcloths ready to go. If you have any body lotions, all of the things that you need. Once they come out of like baby stage, and like if you outgrow this, you could use this in the play area, in the playroom. And then you can put like markers and crayons and all different kinds of like arts and crafts. So this is like a multi-use purpose.
That's perfect. Yes.
Right. Yeah. But you definitely need something on top of the dresser to contain all of the items that you have. Let me here's another. It's a little bit light. You see these compartments for the drawers. I got these from the Container Store. These are from the Container Store, sorry. And these are also pretty cool. And I also noticed when I was doing my research for today that a lot of the products at the Container Store are on super duper sale, I would say. Yeah, and they have like they have really good products over there. Oh, I love this picture. So look how creative this is. Can you see this?
Yes.
So this is this double
The
basket.
basket.
It's like a fruit basket that you would use in your kitchen, but they're using it on top of the changing table. And
Got
because it's
it.
tiered, you have 2 levels to put your products, and then they have these little beautiful,
Those are really
um,
nice.
yeah, like, cotton and like the
Yeah.
little ear swab,
Yeah.
little items that you need for the babies. There's like so much fun stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah. You can get carried away with all the stuff that they have out there.
oh my God. Let me try to see if you guys could see this. And this would be an example of how
I like that.
how you want to organize your dresser. So as you could see, the changing pad is on top. And then over here to the side, it's going to be your little caddy where you're going to use the products for
Right.
the baby.
Right.
And then rule of thumb that I tell my clients, regardless if I'm doing their kitchen or if I'm doing their bedrooms. So in the kitchen, whatever is like eye level, that's high real estate. That's prime real estate. That's what I call it, because that's what you're going to reach for all the time.
All the time, right.
So when you're organizing the dresser for your baby, the top 2 drawers are your prime real estate. And you're going to want to store the items that you reach for the most there.
Right. So like your
Also,
onesies.
also the other thing that as for new moms, like sometimes we don't even think about this, obviously when they're newborns, they don't move that much, but once they start getting a little bit older, 3, 4, 5 months, they wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. So if you have them on the changing table, you don't want to bend all the way down and not even look, not even for 1 second, because it's 1 second.
Yes. Okay. And a lot of the changing tables do come with the little belts to hold them in place, but even that is like kind of flimsy. So you don't want to just rely on that because they start rolling. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen patients come into the emergency room for that reason. Like they were like, I just turned for a second and the baby ended up on the floor. So,
it's
that is
literally 1 second, 1 second it takes.
Yeah, they do it so quickly. Yeah.
So what you want to do is that the top 2 drawers are prime real estate, and that's what you're going to want to store. So you want to do the swaddles, the burping cloths, the little blankets, the little bibs. It's when they're teething that they're having saliva, they sell these cute little bibs for them. Whatever you change them into the most, you keep one hand on them and then you open and then you pull out. Or before you even take them out of the crib, before you go wash them, you pull everything out and you leave it on top of the changing pad.
Yes.
Then, consecutively going down, then you want to put like the little shorts or the pants or their tops or their bottoms. And what I always do on the bottom is like the big blankets or the towels, especially when they're little.
Yeah.
But things that you don't use that often, right? So maybe the covers for the changing pad or the covers for the cribs, right? Stuff that you don't use, because that's all the way down at the bottom. But especially the first 2 drawers are going to be your prime real estate, and you're going to store there what you need the most, and you're going to use these little guys to keep everything in place so that it doesn't get crazy all over the place. Let's see, what else do I have here in all my goodies? Okay, so let's move on. Any more about the dressers, or can I talk a little bit about the closet area?
Yeah, let's go into the closet.
Okay, so let me fold this page. I'm a very visual person. If I was doing this in person, I would have bought all this. Love these for the kids. I think these are amazing for kids' closets. They really are. I have done so many kids' closets, and as much as I hate them for adult closets, like I really don't like them that much for adult closets, I think it's great for kids' closets.
Yes.
And you could grow into this, right? So if they're infant stage, right, up to a year or so, you could store your diapers, could store blankets, you could store the hoodies to go out, or you could store the accessories to the stroller, because now these strollers come with so many accessories. You're like, oh my God, I need to take a course. and how to use the stroller. I don't even know how to use the stroller. But this is really great for that kind of organization. You could put the little shoes there, and then you have the rod where you're going to hang their clothes. Also, I recommend getting a double rod, right? So if you put one of these, this is going to create shelving in your closet, and then you have the rod, and then you buy the extended rod that just goes over this top one, and then you have a double rod in your closet. If it's a boy, you could do shirts and pants, and then like jackets on the bottom, or you could do all tops and then bottoms. Same thing for the girls. For the girls, you would do like all of their little tops and dresses, and you could do skirts and pants. So, you know, as they grow, it's going to change. But now once you install this system, it continues to evolve. Like you could just grow with it because the system is in place. And that's another thing that I always tell my clients is that one of the number one rules of organizing is creating a system. And I create systems for my clients, right? According to their personalities. I mean, we're talking about babies now, but I mean, some moms are, you know, extra, and if it's a girl, they want 100 dresses, you know, and so you're like, all right, how are we going to organize all these dresses? And I have a great thing for you. So I have these from my adult clients, but if
I've seen this. I love this.
If you go on Etsy, they have the most adorable Garmin dividers for babies. You could even get their names on it. So these are cool. Like I love it.
I love
these store, and they see like it even comes in Spanish. So I've done like a lot of teenagers' closets, and I've done the labels in Spanish so that they can learn how to speak Spanish. And the moms are like, no, do it in Spanish. I want them to learn how to speak Spanish. These are great for the babies because you could do 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6.
That's a great idea.
9 to 12. And then you divide it, and then you have all of your clothes there separated by months.
That's amazing, because you know how when you have like these baby showers, you get all of these things, and people are going to give you different sizes, or if you get clothes from somebody else, and that's perfect. I wish I had that. When I had clothes all over the place.
Yes. I mean, you can still get it for your son. You know what I mean? Like, you could do like shirts, and, you know, next year or winter or summer. It could be so much fun. It could be an activity that you do with them. Like, how do you want to separate your clothes? How do you want to divide your clothes? Like, how do you want to do this? So I love these. I use these a lot for my closet organizations. And I love it for the kids. Moms love it. Can you imagine?
Of course.
Like, walking home. So much better. You walk home and your baby's closet is done, and it's all by months. Oh my God. It
looks so nice too. And it's all like put together. You're like, oh my God.
So I just remember one other tip that I want to, this is great for when we are able to go back to school with the kids. And I use this with my daughter.
I've seen you the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I love that. Love it. Love it.
It saves you a lot of headaches, especially girls. I mean, it's like, it saves you tears and crying and headache and blackmailing in the morning.
Because you don't have time for that in the morning.
No, you don't. You know, you don't. Okay, here's another really cool idea. How cool is this basket? Beautiful. So I highly recommend getting a basket for the nursery or the room that you're going to have the baby in. It's a multi-purpose use, guys. You could use this for blankets. You could use it for stuffed animals. You could use it for toys. You could use it for books. You could use it to corral, like if you have 2 or 3 of these. I mean, you could have it decorative if you're a really organized, aesthetic person, or you could just have it to like just throw everything in there. I mean, I would categorize.
And it still looks nice once you throw everything in there.
Exactly. So like, even if you had these in your living room, right? You have a toddler and they have a lot of toys. You could have two. You could have one for books and one for toys, and then you
Right.
hide it behind the couch.
Right. Yep.
And then
Yep.
you're done, you know, and
Yeah.
then you could have visitors come over and everything is picked up. All right. So when I work with my adult clients and I'm doing a closet, my biggest pet peeves, and my friends will know this and my clients will know this, is the plastic hangers like this.
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them
hate
at all.
I hate these plastic hangers. I have a couple only because I use them in my laundry room. So like if I'm drying clothes, I use the plastic hangers to dry the clothes. But these are definitely a must-have. Like I asked myself, I said, why do I have all this stuff at home? What is wrong with me?
It's essential.
I was like, I need to prep for this podcast. I'm like, do I have anything? So these are my all-time favorite. These are the Joy.
Joy Mangano. Yeah. I have all of them.
Joy. I love her story. And, you know, I got these at Marshall's. They had these at Marshall's, or you could even get them on Amazon, you know, gray ones for the boys. They, you know, the clothes just hang so much better. And
so much better. And they don't fall off.
They don't
That's
fall.
the thing. Like they stay on.
Yes. And how cute are these? These
I know.
are so
pretty.
Cute. I got these at Amazing Savings.
Ah, so
yeah.
You even got that for a bargain. And then you can put like some like a belt or something in there,
You can put
right?
a belt in there or like a little necklace if they want to wear it. But these are really, really, really cool. This is from IKEA. And look how cool this is. I just thought that it was like a really cool idea. You know, you want to have the floor cleaned. The less stuff that you have on the floor, like the more spacious the room is going to look, the more space the baby's going to have. So this is really cool if you needed more storage, if you had more stuff to store, you could just hang this and it could be kind of decorative.
Right.
It just occurred to me, a rug, but I want to get your opinion about the rug. About the rug. My second daughter had extreme allergies to everything, and like eczema and dust and this and that. So I don't recommend anything that's fluffy or those shaggy rugs, but you want to put them on the floor. Yeah. So I recommend something that's very low pile. What do you think, Dr. Divina?
Or you can actually do like the play mats for when they're on the floor. You don't necessarily have to have the rug. I personally like the rug because it was nice when he was playing and I'm organizing stuff or, you know, taking care of other things. And I know the baby could be on the floor, but there's so many nice play mats, like the activity ones that keep them busy with the lights and stuff. So you don't necessarily have to have the rug. For me, it's a pretty piece to have in a room. And so I do favor rugs. I like them. If your child, and you won't know this until much later, whether they're going to have problems with like allergies and eczema or asthma, those are the times where we say, okay, you know, maybe then either you have to like have the rug cleaned frequently, if that is an issue, or just like you said, a very, very low, not the shaggy one that keeps everything in there. Those are really hard to clean. Yeah. I had a beautiful one, which was really expensive, but it was really difficult to maintain. And I know that they look gorgeous. They do. I love them. I'm a big time rug person, but you have to, and like I said, you're not going to know until after the baby comes whether it's going to be an issue or not.
So it's better to kind of stay away from it. Yeah. So, and then I also wanted to show you this. Let me put a paper behind it so it's like a little bit thicker. It's just kind of like a little of a inspiration board. You know, you could use it for the nursery if you have a big room and you're like, I love this. This is from IKEA. It's the Kallax, Kallax. I have 3 of these in my house. Yeah. But they're so versatile. Like you could put books and you could put stuffed animals and so many things. And then like the basket that I showed you, you know, for like pillows or cushions. So this is like a little inspiration board. And then here's like the ultimate inspiration board.
Oh, yes. All
Look how
the pretty
cute this
things.
is.
All the beautiful things. Love it.
Yeah, so
So
maybe we
nice.
could kind of attach this.
Yes.
And maybe if people are interested, we
Yes.
could send it to them, and this could be like a really nice inspiration board. I know this is geared more towards girls. I'll look for something for boys too, because
Mm-hmm.
I know like if you're visual, like if you see it and you see the colors, you get inspired by it. But this is basically almost everything that we spoke about, which is the
Mm-hmm.
dresser, the curtains, the
Mm-hmm.
baskets, the nursing chair, the crib, and then a couple of little accessories here and there. But
Mm-hmm.
the bottom line is that you don't have to go crazy with the accessories right away. I mean, unless you have the time, you have the flexibility to do it. I know that a lot of moms are having babies now during the quarantine, and I know that it's a little bit challenging. And I think that part of this whole talk is to uplift you and inspire you. And like all of this can be done. You know, we could still have a beautiful baby welcoming and a beautiful room for the baby. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, the baby's going to be filled with love, and it doesn't need 1,000 things right
Right.
away.
Right.
So,
Exactly. No,
yeah.
thank you so much. This was really helpful. And just like you said, you have to keep in mind that certain items are totally essential. And then, the other ones are just like all the really pretty things that we like to have. And so, it's a little bit of a balance, and finding items that you can use for the long run,
Yes.
really makes a difference. Because if you're going to make an investment in a piece that you're going to use for 10 years, then you can splurge a little more, because you're going to have it for a really long time. So you have to kind of know your lifestyle. What is your aim for your family in terms of like your living space and how long you're going to be there and stuff like that. I think that's something you have to take into consideration. And like I said, what's really necessary and where to put your money, because you have to be smart about that too as a parent.
Yeah. So the other thing that I just wanted to say, once you hear this, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I am working with my clients. I am doing virtual sessions. But if you listen to this podcast or see the video and you're interested, like if you're are going to share a room with the baby, or you're going to put the baby like in the guest room, but you still want it to be like a guest room and a baby room, and you just want to pick my brain,
Oh, those are
please
good
feel
ideas.
free to reach out, because I know that that's a lot. You know, a lot of people do that,
Mm-hmm.
especially people that live in the city.
Yes.
Spaces are
Space is
smaller.
limited. Yeah.
Yes, space is limited, so we have to become very creative. And I've
Yes.
worked with a lot of people in the city where we've maximized their space in the city. Again, we use the walls, so we go up. We
Yeah.
go up and, become very creative that way. So don't hesitate, reach out. I think all the information will be there. We'll
Yes.
try to post some of these inspiration boards and make a list for you. And I had so much fun. I mean, I could talk about this for
All
hours and
day long,
hours, but
right?
we'll
I
do
know.
another one.
Yeah, definitely. What we can do is all the cool visuals that you had, we can put it together as a PDF, and that way people can go ahead and download them. And Bonnie, tell everyone where they can find you. I know you're on Instagram.
So
Where,
I'm on Instagram
mm-hmm,
under Bonnie Barrios. I
mm-hmm,
think that's probably one of the easiest ways to find
to
me, as an
connect with you.
Instagram. And then once you go into Instagram, you could send me a DM.
Okay.
My website is B as in boy dash organized with an ED, B dash inspired. So
Yes.
be organized, be
Be
inspired.
inspired.
That's my
Beautiful.
website. I guess we could definitely post that
Yes,
on
I
the
will post
website.
everything with the podcast, so
But
people know where to
yeah,
find you.
everything is virtual now
I
for a
know.
bit.
Yeah.
So we're doing virtual organizing.
Well, at least you make it convenient and you're still available for people to have access to you. Thank you for doing that. That's so important. Like you have to change with the times and it's the new normal. So,
Yeah.
it's awesome to have someone virtually with you because you don't want to stop your life. Like, especially if you just had a new baby or you're expecting a baby, this is such an exciting time. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm going to miss out on all of that. Absolutely not. There's no reason to. You still have everything at your fingertips, luckily, because we have amazing technology. So, let's use what we have and live our lives. It doesn't stop. It doesn't
No,
stop.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And this is an amazing time to have a baby because it brings so much joy and love into the house. And yes, I think we're here to support all of you and to give
Mm-hmm.
you that support. And that's how we're going to get through this by
Yeah.
having our support groups, having our friends, having our families,
Mm-hmm. Having
um,
your community. Yeah. Having
community.
your
That's
community and, having that village to help you through all of this because you shouldn't feel like you need to be isolated. This is your time to really reach out and find out who are the people who can be a part of the village to help you raise your child.
yes. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Divina. All
No,
right.
thank you, Bonnie. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I know it's such a difficult time for so many people. So I really feel blessed that you were available and that you made this time to speak with everybody because I know how important it is to have all of these, special little tips and tricks and all of these things. When you're a new parent, you have no clue and so it's nice to have this great information. Thank you so much for making yourself
Thank
available
you.
and doing this with me.
Thank you.
All right.
To listen to more podcasts, please visit us at drdivinalopez.com and follow us on Instagram at Dr. Divina Lopez. Thank you for listening. Please keep in mind that all advice given in this podcast is general information. To understand your specific situation, you must consult with your pediatrician.